Facebook friend. This is Stella Scott, and I'm doing my first live send with my new iPhone. This is What's Your Question, and I will today talk about aging. I did a post on that got a lot of likes and comments both on Instagram and here on Facebook. Aging, age is just a number. Really? I don't know how long time ago it was I saw this for there was a meme with a woman who's like old and she's walking with a cane, and then there is her shadow on the wall, and that is like a young girl dancing, and it says something like age is just a number. It's not your aging, but it's how you age or what's on the inside. And then all these people, they write to oh yes, this is so true, blah blah blah. And I got so irritated. I got really triggered about that. So I wrote just about angry blog post about it. So if you're here for the first time and you haven't visited like The Energized Me, please like the page, and also if you like what I'm doing here, share it with somebody. I usually talk about things that come up that I see one way or the other, and this thing of aging, it comes up all the time, more or less in different ways. And it's there is something about this, the expression age is just a number, that triggers me, but it's also something about how this expression in itself hails youth. Nothing wrong with youth. We have always been looking for eternal youth, looking young, the Shangri-La, and it's been in every culture more or less. There is something about youth that is always hailed. But what we have lost in our culture is the reverence for experience. Because age is not just a number. Age is also experience. Age is getting perspectives on experience. So you can be young. I had a lot of experience when I was a young person. I had lived in several countries. I spoke 4 languages. I had gone through a lot of medical experiences. I had lived in different cities, gone to different schools, all kinds of things. But I did not have perspective. And you cannot get perspective until you get older. And that is one thing that you can really not understand until you do get older. I always had some kind of notion that older was something different than young. But the thing is, I have been young. So I know what that is about. But when you've been young, when you are young, you don't know what it is to get older. And most of my friends, not all of them, but most of my friends that are getting older. When I say getting older, it's like, it's somewhere around 45, you realize that I'm not young anymore. It's like, okay, that happened. I was 47 when my body started to do things to me. I was like, no, wait a second, what is this? My butt, it sunk like an inch in a couple of months. It was like, whoo! And I had to start wearing different kinds of pants because the ones I used to wear didn't look good anymore. So it's just that was an experience. But I realized that it was for good. Okay, so I'm actually getting older. And I can see that, feel that, in my body. And then some years passed, and I started to get more physical signs that aging was going on. But most of my friends that are getting older also say that there's something about hitting 50 and above that is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. There's things that you don't have to give a flying fuck about. You really don't. You can be worried about things, but there's some kind of relaxation that comes in about living life now. And the post I posted before was about how how there was something going on Facebook in Swedish. I don't know if it was in English too somewhere, but I didn't see it. About, here we are, 50 plus or something like that, and we have given birth, and you look with envy at 25-year-olds, and you have these stretch marks because you have these wonderful children. And I was just like that. I could not relate in any way whatsoever. It was like I wasn't even triggered. It was just like, what? I don't look at 25-year-olds with envy at all. I look myself in the mirror and I say, "Jeez, that one, I want to be her." That's me. And for anyone who's curious, I'm 59, and anyone would say that I like age gracefully. But the reason I age gracefully is not a coincidence. I have taken care of myself all of my life. Since I was 15, and the reason I started doing it already then and realizing I had to like really be careful with myself is because I was born with a disability. So my inner notion that my body is precious. If you haven't been here before, you haven't seen me cry on my life sense, but I do that a lot. I'll get very touched about something. I feel like, and this is very, very emotional for me at this point, because I have recently in May, I got into like memories about my very, very early childhood when I was a baby. And my body started to remember things, and I'm still there. But I have gone through my life, through my 59 years, I have gone through a lot of experiences that made it possible for me to remember that, or to allow my body to go through that, and like I will come out on the other side of something. Thanks to my age. This is a process that I could not have gone through earlier, because there were a lot of perspectives and experiences that I had to like patch together, so I like could see like this long view of how my life has evolved and what I have done in my life with my body, through my body, and how I have taken care of it, and what is necessary for me now to continue to age gracefully and age in a way that is healthy. And then talking about health, I saw online, I wrote it down, food to overcome aging. I just burst out laughing. I thought that was so funny. Food to overcome aging. You know what? You can't overcome aging because you are aging right now here at this live send. There's no way. I mean, you come out from the womb and you start aging right away. You grow up, but it's your way to aging. So you are aging. And if you can like be in that, when you allow yourself to just be in that aging process, then life becomes exciting. You grow, you expand your experiences, and you come into a certain point. I am now approaching my third age, as we say, or as someone coined that expression, and I think it's a good one, because there's a calm that comes with passing 50, even, because something about approaching 60 is so cool for me. And I think that when you have lived your life fully, and you don't have a lot of regrets, because of course there are things that I regret. Oh God, this is another notion, I don't regret anything. Of course I regret stuff. It's just ridiculous. Of course I regret stuff. I mean, that's part of being human. Oh, that was really silly or stupid or whatever. Even if I can see how I used it, and there are things that could not have happened had I not done that or this. But I still dislike. I would have preferred that not to happen. If I had gone in that direction, something else would have happened. But I don't know what. That might not have been better. But in a retrospect, it's like, yeah, okay, because now I know this one. I could just go in this direction and see what happens then. Anyways, I am very pleased sitting here where I am right now. I feel extraordinary in inside myself, I'm a very happy person. But that doesn't mean that I'm always laughing, even though I laugh a lot every day, even by myself. I burst out laughing, seeing stupid stuff on Facebook, on the internet. But when I cry, when I cry sad tears, not happy tears. When I cried sad tears, I do that from a happy place, from a place that is congruent with who I am, when I'm true to myself. And I think that is so important when you age, to be able to age gracefully. If you age with a lot of regrets, with not allowing your emotions to be there, with trying to not be invisible and not taking those risks that are necessary to live fully. You need to take risks. You need to move. I was talking before about the perpetual comfort zone, that you have to move in and out of new comfort zones all the time, or out of the comfort zone all the time, and be in the non-comfort. But the comfort zone will give you some rest, but when you're there, you still have to move out. And if you have that process of doing that all the time, that is how you gain experience. If you don't do that, you will have regrets about life, and you might turn bitter. I don't think bitter is something that will always be there. I mean, you can be bitter for a while, and then you can move out of that. That's also a way of moving out of the comfort zone. But this thing of moving in and out of comfort zones is a part of growing up, is a part of maturing, and is one of the beautiful things about aging. So age is not just a number. And this thing of you see this girl on the shadow and this old lady with the cane, is but it's not fun. I don't have pain in my body. I have pain in my feet because that's where my disability is, but I don't have aging pains, But I think when you get old and you have those, don't pretend it's not there. There was a book, a wonderful book of photography, and I think the title was "Growing Old is Not for Sissies," and that is what my old, my previous, she's dead now, singing teacher, and Ingrid Santucci in Rome. I used to live there and study with her. When she was in her 80s, she said, "Growing old is not for sissies." She was not happy about it. But it was inevitable, and it is inevitable for all of us. So I think when you can, but she was happy about a lot of things in her life, that she had moved from America to Italy, and that she had lived there for 60 years, forever. Married to an Italian, doing what she loved and adored, singing and teaching young people to have a good singing technique. But it was still difficult, because her body was some people say failing her. And I don't think the body fails you. I think the body is telling you, it's soon time for me, because I see the body as an entity, that for me to allow you to let go. The body is your spiritual vehicle. The body is the only reason you're here. You cannot be on the planet. You cannot grow old if you do not have a body. So if you despise growing old, then that's the same thing as despising having a body, being here. You know what I used to say? I used to say, this is a big topic. This is a big topic. Again. I can't help it. It's that's me. Last time I was talking about being a gifted person, a person with a high IQ, which I am. I'm a person with a high IQ. And I thought that was really painful and difficult to come out with that, because that was coming out of the gifted closet, or as I say in Swedish, särbegåvningsgarderoben. But that is also for me, in my aging process, taking all of me and handing out what I have to the world. And if I'm not totally fully me, then I will not feel good. Easy, not feel good. and that will affect the aging. Because how you feel about yourself and how you see yourself and what you do and what you eat and everything affects you, affects your body, and affects your DNA. Your DNA is not like, you know, this is how it is and you can't do anything about it. You affect it by your feelings, how you live your life, your choices. If you eat an apple or if you smoke a cigarette, that will affect your DNA. So do things and be things that are kind to your DNA and allows your DNA to function in as vibrant a way as possible. Hello, Sophia. That was a long time ago. Welcome here. Yeah, I'm sort of like on my way to like finish this now, so you can watch later. So aging is not just a number. Aging is experience. Aging is perspectives. Aging is good. It's a part of life. Embrace it. Be with it. Not only allow it, because you cannot avoid it, but allow the joy of having experience, the joy of being wiser, of becoming the old crone. As one of my coaching clients said, you know, my coach, the witch. And for me, that is part of it, that I'm getting into that, the third age, where a kind of wisdom that you cannot have unless perhaps if you're a saint when you're younger. Most people aren't saints. And I would also say that a young saint doesn't have the experience and the knowledge of life as an old sage does. That was me rambling on again about something. It's so funny because I watched these afterwards and then it's like, so, did I say anything that was coherent for anybody, or was I just rambling? So I was rambling again. If you want to know more about what I do, you can go to theenergizedme.com, which is my homepage. If you're interested in working with me, contact me there or here. I have some, right now I work with, I don't even remember, it's 4 or 5 people. But I have room for another 3, perhaps, that I could work. I work very closely with my clients. They become my family. And I really want to be there, so I don't take on a lot of people, and I don't do like an hour here and there. It's like we're working like 6 months, and then we go deep. We go deep. That's the only way to do it for me. I don't believe in the quick fix. It doesn't exist, but I do that I can facilitate quick change of perspective. And part of that capacity is because I've been around for a while. So have a glorious day. Thank you for listening and being here, and contact me whenever. I wish you a beautiful weekend. Bye.